am your motivational speaker, and you will be motivated when you hear me through your speakers. Also known as Queen Boss Lady. With that being said, you know what it is. Come on in here. Let's talk about it. So, I just received this heavy, major download from the Most High that a lot of people around you had a image to uphold because they want to be seen a certain way in the eyes of other people. They want to be seen as leaders. They want to be seen as kings and queens and rulers. They want to be seen as chosen ones. But the dark side about these people that you was surrounded by or you're still surrounded by is they don't do anything fair. They don't do anything good to get the goods that they have. Everything that they have gained and accumulated in this world has been, they've gained it because they backstabbed somebody, they betrayed somebody, they had somebody set up and killed, they robbed somebody. This is how they get their fortune. This is how they get their power. This is how they get their integrity. This is how they get their respect. This is how they get people to fear them. It's given very much, it's a group of people that, they think they the mob, but the mob does not kill their own family. The mob does not set their own family up to be, stolen from or humiliated or, free will. I'm getting like, oh, it's free over here. We can all gang up on this person and steal from this one person. And, mobs don't move like that. But it's given like a lot of your family members, they feel like they are part of some type of mob. But everything that you see them with, even if you see them with a nice car, is so much behind that nice car. They know the people at the dealership because they have blood ties with the people at the dealership. The people at the dealership are in a cult with them. They done ran, other operations together. They done did other dirt together. So that way, I work at a car dealership. You need a car, come on through. Everything that you see these people with, and then that car you see them with, they had to have their other girlfriend that's in the cult come sign for it because they name messed up. They done already maxed out their name and things like that. Like everything that you see these people with has been accumulated off of somebody else's dime that they have stolen from. The reason why these people don't mind living this reckless, living this loose ass life and not, giving two about other people's lives is because, like I said in the beginning of the message, they have a image to uphold. They care so much about how they are seen in other people's eyes that they are willing to do some of the most devilish, nastiest things that you can think of to stay on top, to stay irrelevant, to maintain their power, to be looked at and to be feared. They will go above and beyond because they want to keep this image up. A lot of them feel like, well, they know they're going to hell and they don't care because the download that I received was they feel like, excuse me, see, this is the message. They feel like, oh, no one's going to see me in hell suffering and burning and, being tortured and reminded of the things that I did in this room. No one's going to see it. That's why these people don't care about living so reckless. They don't care about who they gotta run over, who they gotta steal from, who they gotta. These are people that if they mama is not down with their program, then they will take their mom out. They will take their brother out, their sister out, their auntie, their uncles. They do not care. These are some heartless, soulless people that just have a vessel. And what's driving this vessel is power. They love power and they love being respected. And their respect is they want you to fear them. Like if this family is known for let's say if you fuck with them, they known for doing black magic on people. Like everybody in the town know if you mess with this family, you gon' find yourself really discombobulated, twisted, and confused. Like they gon' go put some root work on you. Everybody knows that, so they want to uphold that image. They want to, keep that level of control over people's mind. Like, don't fuck with them because they'll go do that root work on you, and they don't care about who they going to curse, who they going to bind, who they going to put chains on. Or a lot of these people, they go to put root work on people and they don't care because of the backfire, because they're like, when they get to hell, nobody's going to see them suffering. Nobody's going to see their pain. Nobody's going to see them being burnt. Nobody's going to see them being tortured and tormented. So they can deal with that. As long as nobody don't see their pain, as long as nobody don't see their suffering, they okay with that. And a lot of these people, they have converted to the dark side because they feel like, well, God is it's like they play, just like they play on empath hearts and earth angel hearts. They play on God's heart as well. And they're like, well, God is a forgiving God, so I won't be judged in front of, in this realm. I won't be judged, because everybody thinks that, oh, when they die, that's when they be judged, and God determines whether they go to hell or heaven. And so they okay with that. They like, all this shit that I'm doing, all this dirt, all this scheming, scamming, lying, killing, robbing, not living right, collecting bodies, doing root work on people, just living reckless. I'm talking about doing nothing nice for nobody, the world, or themselves. They don't even do nothing nice for themselves because they're always setting themselves up as well. They like, well, when when they pass over, they like, well, God will judge me and it'll just be me and him. Nobody will, hear of the things that I've done or be reminded. If people do know of the things that these people have done, they feel like, well, it'll just be between me and God. Once again, they're also playing on God's heart and strings as well because they know how loving he is. I don't want to say he, but they know how loving God is. They know how forgiving God is. So they do that. But what they're not understanding is it's a whole new shift in this world right now. And people are not dying and meeting God and being judged. And it's a sacred thing. No, it's out in the open. See, this is what they was not expecting. They was not expecting for God to call Judgment Day. No, here on this earth is Judgment Day. Everybody thought, oh yeah, when I pass over, then it'll just be confidential. It'll just be one-on-one what I did, and God will go through everything that I did, and just send me off to hell to burn, and they be okay with that. As long as they put on for their city, as long as they put on for y'all, as long as they put on for their peers and their colleagues and, people that they wanted to impress, they was okay with having that, that secret meeting with God and God letting them know, hey, okay, this way you going. But that is not what is happening, and they see it and they know it. No, it's judgment day for what you did right here, right now, in the open, in front of everybody. It's not no, oh, when you die and you know what I'm saying, it's gonna be that confidential one-on-one. No, God is keeping a lot of people alive just so they can be judged publicly and openly for everything that they have did, done, said, or even wanted to do. These people at this time, they wish they wasn't alive. God is keeping them. I'm hearing that I got my thing on a string. It's some people hanging on by a string. People can actually look at these people and see. I say, this is what I like to say. I like to say, I found my heaven on earth. This is another reason why oh my God, it's a billion reasons why I left the church, but this is one of the reasons why, because this elder lady gonna tell me, oh, it's no heaven on earth. You have to, pass over and then you will get to heaven. I say, no, I'm gonna have my heaven right here on earth. And I have found my heaven right here on earth. No, I'm going to have my peace and my heaven right here on earth, because what's made in heaven it will be loosened in this room as well. So you're not going to tell me, oh no, it's just hell here on earth, and then when we get to heaven, we experience heaven. No. It's no hell for me right here. It's no hell for me on this earth. And it's no hell for me to pay. But for those who I'm speaking on, it's hell on earth. And everybody is witnessing, you know what I'm saying? I'm getting people walking around with like just flames on their head. You know that man from Hercules and how he had that flame on his head? Like, I just seen that, like, people are witnessing, hell on earth publicly. They walking around with a whole flame on their head. Publicly, you can see the pain they in, the humiliation they in. They in and out the hospital. They in and out of the banks because ain't no money there. They losing friends. They losing this. They losing that. Everybody sees this publicly. And I'm not, this is not about no public figures at all. This is about people, normal people just like you that thought they was going to run your community. Normal people just like you that thought they was going to run your town, your city. Normal people just like you that thought that they was going to keep your bloodline cursed and going in cycles. This is who the people in the land is seeing and witnessing for themselves. Like, no, it's hell right here on earth, but also you can have heaven right here on earth too as well. And these people are not in heaven. These people have never found their heaven on earth because they've always had this certain reputation to uphold. Like, they care so much about their reputation. They do not care who they step on, who they put down, who they let down, who they cross over, who they cross out. They do not care. Only thing that they care about is their reputation, how they're seen, how they're heard. And they want that respect because they feel like the respect gains them power. These are people that don't care about no knowledge. They don't care about knowledge at all. Also, I received a heavy download of there was someone in particular. This is not going to be for everybody, but the reason why, your family outcasted you and made you the black sheep of the family, everybody turned their backs on you, is because they always knew that you was the chosen one. They always knew that everything about you was special. Your parents wanted to auction off your organs. Your organs is very, I'm just hearing it's worth a lot of money, right? So when you when you're out in the world and you're all alone and you don't have nobody, and these different agents, they pick this up, like, because you got to think about it. All these agents, they have families, they have friends. If certain family members don't hear from them in a day or two, they like calling like, hey, you okay? Like, they know that you don't have nobody checking up on you. Like, basically, if you was to go missing, would nobody give a fuck? Like, this has been put out in the lands. Everybody knows, like, who you is. Everybody knows how you roll, because this is like, stop it, baby. Because they have been after you for your organs for a long time. A very long time. They have been after your organs, and wanting to sell your organs is like, they don't want to be in your life. They shut you out. They turned their backs on you, because these are people that go off of reputation. They go off of money. They go off of status. They run off of sympathy. So they felt like if they turned their back on you and you ended up unalive, then that's when they want to show up. That's when they want to show up for them organs. They wanted your organs to be, they was going to sell them to people overseas that, the scientists that, like, they study the human brain, they study the human organs. Like, that's what they wanted to do. So they didn't care that you was chosen to do something good in this world. They didn't care that, if God favored you, or, they didn't care about your life, even if you were just, you know what I'm saying? And it doesn't matter. God loves us all, but it's like, your life don't mean nothing because they want your organs. And they're gonna get paid buku money for off just your eyes, just your brain, just your heart. All these is like 10, 20 different checks each organ. You get what I'm saying? And that's why they organs right now, they failing on them. They shutting down. They having kidney problems. They having this problem. They having, you know, dang, I just seen that a long thing, but I don't know what it's called. Okay, stomach problems. They having stomach problems. They having heart problems. They having eye problems, because this is what they wanted for you. This is their hell right here on earth, and everybody is witnessing it. And it's like, well, dang, you going down pretty fast, or you going, you know, I've seen I've seen people that do right by people and they family and they children look as young as their children, and they have grown children, and they're just as healthy as their children. I'm scrolling on TikTok sometimes, and it's this family. He danced with his daughter and his son-in-law, and when I tell you, this man keep up with every move, you can just tell he was in his daughter's life from beginning. You could just tell he cut the umbilical cord. You could just tell he the one that took the training wheels off. He the one that taught her how to ride a bike. He the one you can just tell this man is in heaven on earth, because he did right by his lineage. He did right by his bloodline. He's in his grandchildren's life. He's not plotting and scheming and scamming on her life or his bloodline's life. And these people that's having hell on earth, they seeked out their own bloodline. They ate their own. They ate their own cubs. You know how those animals, they'll sometimes eat the weakest one, or you know the one that they feel like is not gonna survive. Well, unfortunately, your family think all of y'all weak. They're the only ones. It's like some kingpin and queen pin type mess going on, where they feel like they are the strongest ones, when they're the weakest ones, because they have to prey on their own family and then want to call themselves some type of mob. Baby, the mob don't mob around like that. The mob don't move like that. The mob is not even allowed to sell drugs to their own community, or in their own community, or sell drugs to their own family members. So yeah, these people are experiencing a lot of loss right now, a lot of grief right now, because they really thought that they was just gonna sneak around and creep around and be a thief in this room and not be recognized for being a thief, not be recognized for being a liar, a con artist, a, you know what I'm saying, just a scheming ass, scamming ass, no good. I'm talking about every time these people open their mouth, it's a lie. It's like they even lie about the dumbest, smallest things. They'll lie about the date of their birthday. They'll lie about how old they is. They'll lie about just unnecessary shit because they can't be real with themselves. They can't be real with themselves, and they ain't gonna never be real with nobody else. And that's why God is allowing these people to suffer. To the next video, know that I care for you guys.